One Piece. Story was made by Eiichiro Oda. Chapter 16, Versus the Buggy Pirate Crew. The scene unfolded amidst the remnants of the once lively pub, its walls reduced to rubble and smoke dissipating into the air. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami stood at the center, their eyes fixed on the destruction before them. Concerned, Nami turned to Luffy. "Explain yourself. I don't understand this at all," she demanded. "From the moment you fought with that lion and came back alive, this isn't humanly possible. How the hell did you just swell up like a balloon?" Luffy responded with unbridled enthusiasm. "Gomu Gomu no balloon!" he exclaimed. "I'm not asking for the name," Nami retorted. Buggy laughed as he and his second mate emerged from the wreckage, their bodies battered but unbowed. Surviving the onslaught of the reflected Buggy ball, they rose to their feet, their eyes fixed on the trio. Buggy couldn't help but taunt them. "You're chatting around making a lot of noise like you're not scared," Buggy remarked scarily. Using Richie the Lion and their fellow crewmates as shields, Kabaji added to the conversation. "This is the biggest humiliation we've ever received under our pirate flag, Captain," he admitted. Buggy, unfazed by their plight, let his shields fall to the floor by his dismembered hands. "I'm so mad, words fail me," he declared menacingly. From the debris, Moji stirred and slowly regained consciousness behind his captain. Confusion enveloped him as he surveyed the chaotic scene. "Damn it! I was unconscious. What is this mess?" he muttered, trying to make sense of his surroundings. Moji's voice reached Kabaji, who turned his attention to the beast tamer. "Moji, so you're still alive," he stated frankly. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Moji's anger flared. "Kabaji, what the heck did you do to Richie?" he accused. Nonchalantly, Kabaji responded, his words laced with indifference. "This kitten? I was afraid my clothes might get a little dirty, so I just used him as a shield," he admitted callously. The injured lion, coughing and bruised, struggled to catch his breath, prompting his master's worried cries. "Hey, Richie, you okay?" Luffy's presence did not go unnoticed by Moji, who felt compelled to issue a warning. "The kid in the straw hat! Captain Buggy, be careful of that kid! That kid is also a devil fruit user! He's a rubber man!" The revelation left Nami stunned as she turned to Luffy seeking confirmation. Luffy couldn't resist demonstrating his abilities. As he stretched his cheeks, his face contorting into a bizarre shape, and casually remarked, "Yeah, wanna see?" Realizing the extent of his disadvantage, Buggy grasped the situation. Devil fruit. That's how he managed to bounce back the Buggy special cannonball, he realized, his hand aggressively gripping Moji's white fur coat. He seethed with anger. "But Moji, if you knew that already, why the heck didn't you tell me that earlier?" In a fit of rage, he hurled his first mate through the air, hurtling toward Luffy's direction. Moji desperately cried out, "Get out of the way!" Luffy, prepared for the attack, readied himself. "You get out of the way," he retorted, delivering a powerful kick that struck Moji's face, sending him crashing into a nearby wall. Luffy's triumphant words filled the air. "The fight has begun!" Kabaji, undeterred by the chaos, mounted his unicycle and charged directly at Luffy. Gleaming his revenge, he introduced himself. "Buggy Pirate Crew's Chief of Staff, Kabaji the Acrobat. I'll avenge the pain you've caused my crew." His sword poised to pierce Luffy's flesh, but just as the attack was about to land, Zoro stepped in, intercepting the blow with his own blade. Zoro, with his usual stoic demeanor, offered a simple remark. "If it's swords, I'm all for it." Respectfully, Kabaji acknowledged the swordsman carefully. "It is an honor, Roronoa Zoro. As a swordsman, I get to slay you." Luffy, noticing the damage from his earlier encounter with Buggy, suggested, "Look, Zoro, I think it's better if I do it. You go take a rest." Kabaji, keenly observing Zoro's wounded state, couldn't help but sneer. It's the wound he got from fighting the captain, so he's been taking the pain to stay standing up, such a fool, he thought to himself, a smirk playing on his lips. Quickly he shared acrobat technique fire trick as he unleashed a fiery attack, breathing flames toward Zoro's face. Skillfully, Zoro stepped back as he dodged the fiery attack. With no hesitation, Kabaji saw his opportunity and gave a swift kick to the wounded area. Zoro crumbled once more, his voice reverberating with pain. "Damn it!" he yelled. Kabaji's laughter filled the air as he taunted Zoro with malicious glee. "What's this? I didn't even kick you that hard, did I?" The words sliced through the air, adding insult to injury. "You dirty bastard, aiming at the wounded area!" Nami watched as they continued their fight. Unfazed, Kabaji prepared for another trick. He slammed his sword onto the ground, balancing his unicycle with an impressive display of acrobatics. "Acrobat technique, murder, miss, trick," he proclaimed, the sword spinning rapidly, conjuring a swirling cloud of dust. The dust storm engulfed Zoro, blinding him and leaving him vulnerable. "Some trick. It's just a cloud of dust," Zoro gasped, struggling to catch his breath amidst the chaos. He could feel the clash of their swords as he desperately fought against Kabaji's relentless assault. With a burst of strength, Zoro managed to block the attack, but it was short-lived. Once again, Kabaji's foot found its mark, striking Zoro's poorly bandaged wound with great force. Zoro collapsed, the world spinning in a haze of anguish as he screamed in pain. Nami's voice echoed. "That bastard did it again!" she said with frustration. Kabaji, reveling in his opponent's misery, mocked the fallen swordsman. "What's wrong?" A grown man rolling around crying out loud is absolutely pathetic to watch. Luffy stood silently, his eyes fixed upon the unfolding spectacle. Kabaji turned to Zoro. "Because of your partner's odd power, we've suddenly gone to pieces. Even though you're a pirate hunter, making the Buggy pirate crew your enemy was a big mistake." The weight of the situation hung heavy in the air, the floor stained crimson with Zoro's blood. Nami pleaded with Luffy, urgency coloring her voice. "Fighting with that injury was already too much from the start. Why are you just watching with a silent stone face? That guy's gonna die." But Luffy remained motionless. With a final surge of determination, Kabaji launched his ultimate attack. "Roronoa Zoro, go to the next world!" he declared, his voice filled with triumph. Yet, against all odds, Zoro found the strength to rise. Using the handle of his katana, he knocked Kabaji aside. As Kabaji fell to the floor, Zoro turned to face him with disgust. "What an annoying guy! Do you find tearing up my wound that much fun?" With a swift, decisive motion, Zoro cut himself once more in the same wound, the sight leaving those in the background in stunned silence. Gathering his resolve, Zoro took a deep breath, his voice steady and unwavering. "My goal is to become the world's greatest swordsman," his declaration hung in the air. "What the hell?" Kabaji retorted. Zoro placed his white katana between his teeth, his voice muffled but determined. "Is my condition now satisfying enough for you?" he challenged. "Let me teach you the difference in skill between us." Luffy, impressed by Zoro's unwavering resolve, couldn't help but voice his admiration. "So cool!" he exclaimed, his words filled with genuine awe. Kabaji, angered by Zoro's defiance, accepted the challenge. "Roronoa Zoro, you impudent fool!" His voice seethed, a battle cry ready to be unleashed.